It's the Friday before the big winter storm that's coming up, that's just about to hit Texas. It's supposed to drop to like 7 degrees. Ryan's trying to go get propane, so we're on a mission to find propane. But we were able to winterize the RV. We got some extra water. We have plenty of water, but we got another jug anyway. We filled the freshwater tank. We what else did we do? I did loads of laundry. We got lots of groceries, but we're pretty much set already, so there wasn't a whole lot we had to do. Time will tell. We'll see how bad this thing gets. It's about 6:30 today. It is Monday, and Ryan just left for work. He works at a ranch, so no matter what the weather is, he still has to go in so he can take care of the animals. What's the temperature? We have at least a couple inches of snow. 19 degrees outside right now. One thing that we did last night was we left all of the cupboards open that have pipes that are next to the walls. If there's pipes that are near the exterior, we left the cupboards open so they can get the heat in, just to kind of, and one more thing to keep the heat towards the pipes. We are having some pipe issues for the bathroom. The pipes that are in the underbelly, something's going on with them. They're not getting enough heat, which they're supposed to because it's enclosed. So right now Ryan has his space heater. The heat is not on, but the fan is. We found a hole where some wires go down into the underbelly. So we're blowing the heat from this space in here down into the underbelly, so hopefully that helps keep them from freezing. Ranger's first snow. So it's about 2 p.m. and the power's just gone off about a half an hour ago, and we have propane to warm the house, but it's also now has to warm the water heater and keep the refrigerator cool. So it's kind of a concern. Like, it's supposed to not go above freezing for a few days. Ranger seems in the fit of happiness to have experiencing snow for the first time. He's having a blast. So yay for that. What? The door's frozen shut.
Sit. Stay.
It's just after 6:30 and we're still without power. They say it's a rolling blackout that's necessary. I'm not really sure how blackouts work, but they're saying it's supposed to come back around 8:30. So here's hoping that still happens. Ryan is changing out the propane so we have a full bottle when we go to bed so it doesn't run out while we're sleeping. A lot of people have been saying on Facebook that they don't have heat and they've been out of power and without heat for hours, like since the morning. So that's been a blessing that we've still been able to have heat because of the propane and it's not electric. So as long as we have propane, we have heat. Update. So the power lasted for about 10 minutes. So we're plugging in the truck to conserve propane and to boost the RV battery power. So
and to just make the truck not so cold.
Oh yeah, and to warm up the truck too. Symbiotic. So that's what we're doing, and we're just hanging out in here while we're at it because it's heated seats. so why not? 3 of us warming up in the truck. Good morning. It's day 2 of the Texas freeze. What a night. So the power went out again. So we had propane, but the blower is electric. We were on battery for most of the night, but you know, the battery would run out. So Ryan had to hook up the truck with jumper cables to power the battery, to power the heat. So it was a long night of going back and forth, making sure we had battery power, making sure we had heat. We turned off the fridge in the house to conserve propane, so everything's in the outdoor fridge. It's fine, it'll be cool. It's gonna stay cool out in the outdoor fridge, or in the outdoor kitchen. We didn't even put it in the fridge. Tonight is supposed to be even worse, they're saying. So we need to somehow get out of here and find more propane. You can't even see the lane.
The only places you can is when it's showing through the ice.
Yeah. So you know it's ice.
Yeah, yeah.
How fast are you going?
25.
I asked on Facebook if anybody in town knew about propane stuff, but they said that the propane trucks couldn't even make it to the propane places.
So that's kind of what the lady just spoke to here. She had her answer down. I'm sure she'd been asked to truck the same time as well.
So it's not like they were closed, like the people couldn't get in, it's that the propane couldn't get in.
Or both. I mean, there's no reason for the people to show up if they don't have propane, you know?
We made it into town. Is there diesel?
They don't have bags on
That's good.
it. Yeah, it's a good sign.
Okay.
Alright. Let's see what we can do. But yeah, I guess we've got the trucks filled up. We can at least keep the batteries charged.
Pretty sure you got enough to make it through.
Where's the pig?
Probably bundled up in there. You know, in her little house. She ain't coming out.
The horses were having a rough time. There was snow on their backs.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't go in the barn.
The cows yesterday,
Oh yeah?
no joke, had icicles a foot long hanging off of them.
Oh.
The horses too.
Well, the power finally came back on. So we have our little space heater that is cranked up pretty high. This bad boy's actually got us out a few scrapes before, so it's pretty tried and true. We really like it. How are y'all doing? How did you guys do with this crazy Arctic blast? Is that what they're calling it? It's nuts. It's nuts. And it's not even just Texas. It's like the Midwest to the north, like even to like New York. Like that's a lot. My parents live in Florida, which is crazy because theirs were like in the 80s yesterday, so they're fine. But then my in-laws are in Arkansas, and it was, what was it, negative 14,
-14 this morning.
minus 14 straight temp for them. So we're doing pretty good considering.
It's 31 right now.
It's 31 right now here.
Yeah, that's what the truck said.
Okay. The bucket in the middle of the room looks like we have a leak. But we don't. It has snow in it that's melting. So we can use it as extra water to fill the toilet in the bathroom. I don't know why it's in the center of the room though. Should probably
It's
just...
warmer in here. It's warmer in the center than in the bathroom.
Okay. We should put it in the bathroom eventually. The lake finally froze over. Yeah, it's not moving. Looks like we got water back.
No, it still says
The pipe's thawed enough, so now we're just making sure that water is going to the right places and nothing's leaking.
Yeah, you told me.
we had ice on the inside, like up along here.
Outside?
No, inside.
Next to where I'm sitting? Where I sleep?
Over on my side, where the boots had melted the snow off of them.
Oh.
The water had run down and had kind of run up along here. And that coldest night, there was about that much ice along that.
So while I have a second, I just wanted to show you guys our layout for how we've been living for the past week. So first of all, when you're in an RV and you shut off the water to prep for this, make sure you have done all your dishes first. We forgot. And we had a bunch of dishes that we needed to do, and before we shut off the water and had our fresh tank filled up, and we didn't want to use the fresh tank because we didn't know how long we'd be without water, so our dishes have started to pile up. We've done pretty well with, we have a lot of paper plates and paper cups and bowls and stuff that we've been using instead, but like as far as like cooking, like cookware and stuff that we've needed, it's kind of piled up on top of the ones that we forgot to do, so that's our bad. We have some extra couch cushions that we've put to block the windows, just to give a little bit more insulation. That's actually been really helpful. Back when we didn't have water, there were a couple days there where we had a full fresh water tank, full tank ready to go, but our water pump or our pipes froze, so we didn't have access to it. Thankfully, we already have like a backup reserve of several gallons of just bottled water that we already had. And then we bought 2 cases of these just separate. So before these 2 cases of water bottles, we already had 5 gallons of bottles in the guest room, so that was already good to go. So we've been able to use that. So good idea to have several different water options in case one doesn't work out quite as well. Because we didn't have water, we had to we couldn't we had to put extra water in the toilet, so we have been using the bottled water for that. We also have a 5-gallon bucket of melted snow that originally we were gonna use for that, but by the time the snow melted, we got water back, so it's still in there for some reason. If you have nothing else to do, focus on keeping your house clean, because that keeps you sane and it gives you something to work on, something to control. Having the clarity of the space that's not so cluttered helps you even mentally be able to overcome this crisis as well. It has been just over a week since the Arctic blast, if you can believe it. What a difference a week makes. The snow has melted, the roads are open, our pipes never broke, thank the Lord. We were actually one of the lucky ones. We went to Home Depot the other day and there was a line all the way around the building just to get to the plumbing aisle. So that was pretty intense. Quite a learning experience. First time in an RV during a freeze. Never done that before, especially in Texas. How did you guys do? I mean, whether you're not in an RV or not, but I just wanted to hear from you guys. Where were you during the Arctic blast? What state were you in? How did you do? Are you still in recovery? Hopefully, by sharing our experience, we can ease some concerns that some people may have about RVing, specifically in severe weather. We do have an episode about how we RV in hurricanes and stuff, so I can put that up at the top there. But for this instance, we were not expecting to have to do it in a snowstorm. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We can't do this without you guys, and thank you so much. We'll see you next time.